Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Fifi La Pew Pew, the 105 leFH18B2, otherwise known as a leFH to many other drivers, or a leaf blower. And this one's on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay and is under the command of ZoeBallz. And battle has commenced. Now, Zoe hasn't had this 105 for very long. In fact, she was gifted it. Now, if I recall, actually, it was me who gave it to her as well. It's quite a fun little Arty. It was built on the chassis of the Char B1. They only built 16 of these. They had quite a few of them Char B1 chassis that they captured after the capture of France, but only a few actually got turned into Arty. Now, she's found some targets to shoot at, and she's just adjusted her aim in overhead view. Rounds out on T14. Oh, lovely direct hit. First shot, 152 hit points straight away. That T14's in trouble. Now, he's a heavy tank, and he's making his way for the city. Oh, that round was close, but not close enough to actually do some damage. Now, the splash from this shell is very, very, very small. She just hit the building there. It's very, very narrow indeed, so it's very difficult to actually splash a target. But in order to get good hits in the 105 leFH18B2, you need to accurately dial in your aim. And if you've got a gun lane drive and a rammer, you can get a shot off as quickly as you can aim. Oh my god, she just took it out with one shot there. I thought she would need more than one shot to kill it, but no, she got it with the second shot, and he's gone. So she's got the first kill for her team. In fact, they've had 2 kills already, but that was a spectacular way to end an enemy heavy. Now we've got a VK3001P, and here we've got a couple of enemy tanks coming together. Fires around in the VK, it's a bit late, hits the building anyway. It looks like they're going to go around the buildings, try and attack our Churchill. So, she may have the perfect opportunity to get them at the other end of that road. Well, the T-67 stopped at the end of it for a short while. Churchill's having a quick look around the corner. Can he see anything? There was that VK. The 3001P. No, he can't see him, so it must have gone around the corner. But in the centre, we can see a Panzer T25. Now, that's that German version of that jet tank. It's a Tier 5 premium. Round out on that target. I didn't see what it was. M7? Yes, it was an M7. There's the Panzer T25, but he's killed before, so you can get a shot off of him. Now, scores are fairly even at the moment, but remember, we've got 2 tanks, a T-67 and a VK3001P, who've made their way around the corner, and they're threatening that Churchill. That M7 in the centre's just taken a hit. Zoe's waiting for something to turn up. She's expecting one of them to come around the corner and attack the Churchill. No sign of them yet. Somebody's got to actually spot them first, though. That's the problem. Now, it does appear that they've gone around the corner to avoid being spotted by the tanks in the centre, because tanks that are on the E line can usually look down into the town and see any tanks that happen to be down there. But over on the west side of the battlefield, we can see an OI experimental, and so he can fire, but we've lost sight of him temporarily. There's a Jagdpanzer IV. So he lines him up, rounds out. Direct hit! And he's killed immediately afterwards. Our Jagdpanzer IV killed theirs, and Zoe's waiting to get a shot in this OI experimental. She fires a round in, gets a direct hit, 133 hit points. Now, the 105 leFH actually stands for the 105mm or 10.5 centimeter light field howitzer. leFH, light or Leica Feldhaubitze is the German name. There's the VK3001P. So he's lined up. She's waiting for it to dial in. She's perfectly lined up on him. If he stays like that, she'll get a hit. Round out. Oh, he pulled back just in time, just after Zoe had fired. So he's lining up another shot. She's got an 8-second reload. And she gets a hit this time. 150 hit points. That's the other Arty. It's an M44 and he's firing. And Zoe gets another hit. 154 hit points and the VK's taken out. There's another VK3001. Zoe fires. Again, he pulls back, but not enough. She gets a 92 hit point hit. Now, where is that T67? Well, he's making his way towards Zoe. He's very, very close. Very close. So he's going to shotgun mode. She's going to see if she can spot him. 8.02 seconds on the shotgun. She's trying to get a line up on him. There he is. Lined him up and there you go. Round out. Oh, he pulls back, but she gets the splash hit. Now there's a rock there, I think. Is it? Yes, there is a rock there. And she just hit the rock, or did she hit? No, she hit the target. She hit the T67. But he's unsighted at the moment, so she didn't see the explosion. And she got another hit on him. He must be down to 0. Yes! And the M44 killed off the T67. Now, I think Zoe's a bit confused by that for a second. She lingered for a second to say, should I fire again? But no, he's definitely been killed. Now, they're one tank behind at the moment. And Zoe's changing her aim to the OI Experimental, who's keeping well behind that windmill because he knows he's in grave danger if he pulls out. So he fires a round in and a Stug appears on the other side just after she fires. She's reloading. Round out on the Stug. Oh, it went long. That was bad one. RNG said no. Lines up another shot. This time should hit it. And she does. 182, some splash. The Stug's down. Scores are even now. The OI Experimental is still behind the windmill though. She can't get a shot on him at the moment. This is an Arty safe position. In fact, actually, I think a lot of tank drivers know that so long as they stay behind that windmill, they are in cover. They can't be shot at. The only trouble is if you stay behind there too long and the enemy builds up sufficient tanks, they can go around and mass attack you. Round out at the T25, who's moving very rapidly, and he gets hit by somebody. I think it may have been the M44, and he's spun round, he's been tracked, and Zoe hits him. Blind shot hit, and she's going for the next shot. The reload, 8 seconds, round out. Oh no, it went long. It's a very quick reload. That was the enemy M44, our M44 again. Fires another round in. This time Zoe gets a kill shot. 342 hit points. He's out the game. That's Zoe's second kill. Still trying to get a shot on that OI Experimental. No joy. There's an M7 in the centre. And that's the same one she tried to fire at earlier and didn't get a shot. And he's hiding behind the ruins. But another tank's turned up. It's actually the Gorilla, the enemy Arty. So he's lining up a shot. Working out where he's going to go. Round out. Ooh, no, a little too late. The shell landed behind him and the Gorilla's killed. The Jagdpanzer 4 got him. Just going for the M7 again. Should be able to get him. Round out. Oh, little late. And he takes out our KV5. KV85, I should say. Which is a bit surprising, really, because the M7's a light tank and the KV85's a heavy. Round out. Oh, no. Wasn't fully aimed. Now, he's got so close, so he's gone to manual shotgun aim. It's the best thing to do is when it gets like that and the vehicle's constantly turning to adjust the aim, you need to turn the vehicle round manually yourself. Otherwise, you'll constantly be adjusting. And the M44 takes out the M7. But Zoe was spotted, so... And she was spotting for the M44 there, so she would have picked up more points. But she's adjusted her position just in case the enemy Arty, and there are still two of them. One of which is BP, the other one is an M44. Just in case they decided to fire. Yes, and one of them did. One of them just fired behind Zoe. So if she'd stayed where she was, she would be dead now. She's moving forward. Now she's got a 390 meter view range. It's actually better view range than some medium tanks and heavy tanks. And that's mainly because the Arty is actually located very high on the vehicle. So the gunners are able to see a much further distance than others. Now, oh, the OI's been killed off. It was killed off by the T-34, the Type T-34, the Chinese version of the T-34, Tier 5 medium. He managed to get behind. So did the Jagdpanther 4. So it's only 2 enemy Arties still to kill. The M44 and of course the enemy Fifi. Now you may wonder where we got the name Fifi from. Well, that name Fifi la Pew Pew is a French sounding name because it makes a lot of pew pews. It fires very quickly. Actually came from one of the What Arty Noobs members, Robert Vaughan. He thought of it up, and I think so many people liked it, they'd rather call it the Fifi than the leFH. Now, I think Zoe thinks that the enemy Arty are going to be down in the town area, seeing as they don't really want to go in the open, because if they did, they'd be spotted. There's one of them. There's the enemy Fifi. Okay, Zoe's going to line up a shot. Okay, the enemy, our team are very close, and there's the M44. Zoe fires in around at the Fifi, and the Fifi is killed by our Achilles. But the M44 manages to shotgun our Type T-34. Zoe's lining up a shot on him, round out, and she gets a hit. 105 hit points. He looks like he's tracked. She's picking up damage assistance, and the M44 goes down to our Jagdpanther 4, and that's the end of the game. So I think that Zoe's going to pick up some damage assistance for those shots. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And that's the wrong screen. That's the right screen. And we can see that Zoe managed to pick up an ace tanker in the Fifi La Pew Pew, the 105 leFH18B2. She also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage, a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of her own vehicle, a Confederate for hitting more enemy vehicles than anyone else, at least 6 tanks taken out by other team members, and lastly a High Calibre. She dealt the most damage in the battle overall. So let's have a look at the team scores, see exactly where she stood. Well, highest damage, 2,170 hit points, and it's nearly double the highest score than the other members of her team, the KV-85. I thought actually the M44 would have our very high score because he was very active, but he only managed to get 761 hit points of damage. Zoe did kill a lot of tanks, including that first kill, the T-14, and they did have a lot of hit points, and she did collect all the hit points on some of those kills. So, when it came to kills, Zoe was in joint second place. The highest scorer was the KV-85 and the Jagdpanther 4. They both managed 3 kills. Zoe managed 2 alongside the M44 and the Achilles. The highest score on the enemy team was only 2 kills, and it was their M44. When it came to base XP though, Zoe was right at the top, and you can see if you want to get an ace tanker in the Fifi, you need to do at least 975 base experience points, because Zoe managed an ace, and that's what she has in the way of base experience. Now it's very difficult to get an ace on the Fifi, not only because a lot of players have it, but a lot of players do play it rather well. And when they play it rather well, it does raise the bar to make it more difficult to actually score an ace tanker. She scored nearly double the highest score. In fact, it was more than double the highest score of the enemy team. The highest scoring tank was the OI Experimental. He managed 480 base XP. Zoe managed just under 100 more than the Type T-34, because of course Zoe did survive the battle as well and got those last hits in. Zoe fired 28 rounds, she got 11 direct hits, 10 penetration, 7 splash, damage of 2,170 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. She did receive 1 hit, and it was a penetration, non-penetration rather, so it must have hit the tracks or been deflected by the armor. And in fact, actually the Fifi does have good armor because the Char is based on the Char B1, and the Char B1 has very, very strong armor since it's a heavy tank. So she blocked damage of 110 hit points on the vehicle. She damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, so there's a differential of 7, which is why she got the Confederate. And she did damage assistance of 389 hit points on tracking that M44 and allowing the other team to take it out, as well as other damage assistance during the game. On a premium account, she earned 50,054 credits. She got, after ammunition resupply and repair, and it was only a tiny repair to actually do, she actually took away 46,440 credits for one battle. And remember, this is a tier 5 vehicle, so she took home a huge profit for that battle. She received 1,463 XP, plus a personal reserves bonus she had running at the same time for 732, and she had a personal missions payout for 5852, meaning she, including a bonus of 585, meaning she took away 8,632 experience points for one battle. So congratulations, Zoe, only your 11th battle in the Fifi, and to do so well after just 11 battles shows that you do have a lot of skill as an Arty player, because only somebody who is highly skilled as Arty would be able to do so well in this vehicle. It is difficult to score well, but Zoe obviously has a lot of practice in other Arties, and she applied it in this game and did extremely well. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.